I'm representing District 64, which is Crystal Lake, all the way north and east into Antioch. I'm born and raised in Lake County and moved into McHenry County about 15 years ago, and I'm a former teacher. I stopped teaching when I started having children, and now I have 5. So public education has always been important to me, and I'm happy to be here tonight. When I heard about Common Core, just within the last year, to be honest, and what it is, how it's going to affect our schools, our teachers' evaluations, our standards. It was Sherry Crichton who introduced me to it. I started to ask more questions. And I'm very excited about tonight. I'm anxious for Jessica Handy to get here as well, because it's a very it's a national and federal program that's going to become a local program for our schools. So I thank you very much for coming here tonight and partaking in this, becoming informed, and hopefully sharing that information and that education with other people in your school districts as well, because it's extremely important. Because it's so big, and because there are so many questions, and so many questions that can't be answered, Representative Dwight Kay from Southern Illinois, wrote a resolution, House Resolution 543, who said, can we stop? Can we just push the pause button on Common Core and find out what exactly is Common Core? What effect will it have on our schools? Specifically, what's the financial effect on our schools? I'm brand new to Springfield, and because I'm a former teacher, they put me on the education committee. I was thrilled. But one thing I discovered is that there's 14 members on the committee, and one of the questions that was continually asked, they come with great programs. All the representatives come with great programs with bills, and they say, this is gonna solve child obesity if we have this in the schools. This is gonna solve all the ADD problems in the schools. This is gonna solve all the teacher evaluation problems in the schools. They're all wonderful, and I'm exaggerating, of course, but they're all wonderful programs. And many of us, especially the new representatives, say in committee, that's a great program. I hope it works. How are you going to pay for it? And many times they don't have an answer, but they talk on how they're going to pay for it. There are wonderful programs out here. There's great merits to these programs. But how does the state of Illinois pay for these programs? And that's an integral question for all committees in the state of Illinois to keep asking, because the state is broke. This particular resolution says, this may be a great program. These standards are phenomenal. The evaluations on teachers' changes may be fantastic. The testing, from being able to test students in the fall and testing them again in the spring, is a great idea. No one will disagree with that. But the question it all boils down to is, how are we going to pay for it? And it's a considerable amount of money the state doesn't have, and specifically local schools. 67% of the schools are underfunded, according to the study. And I don't know how we're going to pay for it. And I hope, and we're going to talk a lot about the merits of Common Core or the lack thereof, but the question I think we should continually ask is, how are we going to pay for it? House Resolution 543 basically says, can we wait? Let's wait and see how much this is going to cost for Grays Lake, which, by the way, I taught in decades ago. How much is this going to cost for Grays Lake, for Antioch, for Fox Lake, for Lake Villa, for Crystal Lake? We really don't know. In its entirety, we really don't know. And so therefore, we don't know whether the investment is worth what it's going to cost. So that's why I signed on to this resolution. But there's a lot of great things that both sides will share about Common Core, and thank you again for being here. Please spread the word. It's a shame there's not more people here. I know they came very far to share this information. It would be a shame if it just sat here tonight. Please, let's continue to spread the word and ask more questions and get educated. So thank you very much.